Hi guys, alright, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry it's been a bit of time. It's been about a month since I last posted a video. Right, so right now I'm sitting in my trusty travel companion. It's a 2001 Peugeot Boxster motorhome. It has a Starfire coach built body on it. The advantage of motorhomes against campers is they have their own toilets and showers and stuff. She's a short wheelbase. She's an old girl, nothing special, but she's home. She's our little home from home, right? And we love it. And like most of us, most of you, we enjoy getting away as and when we can for a little bit of R&R, a little bit of space, get away from work and just get there, chill out and do whatever it is we want to do. Now, the problem we have with motorhomes and camper vans is when we actually get on site, we have a little bit of setting up to do. You know, we have to drop the legs and we have to take on water, etc, etc, etc. If we've got an awning, we will put the awning out, and that gives us extra outside space, extra outside living area, right? And then the problem comes when we need to go somewhere. Let's just say it's to the shops or the beach or to a restaurant or just a little bit of sightseeing. Now the problem comes where, what do? Do we put everything away? Do we pack everything away? Unhook the awning? Most awnings are drive-away awnings, so you can leave them there. So yeah, okay, with a camper van, that's not so bad. With a motorhome, it becomes a little bit of a pain in the backside, because when we get to wherever we're going, especially a seafront, some areas now, they're banning motorhomes parking on the seafront because they take up a lot of space. This one's not so bad. It's all right, there's a fire engine on it. This one's not so bad because it's a short wheelbase, but there's some big motorhomes out there. And the councils are complaining that, you know, once they've all parked up on the beach, there's no room for the locals. So what we need is a form of transport. Now, what you can do, you can walk if you wish, depending on your legs and the distance, or you can jump a local bus. That's always a good one because you get to meet the locals and you get to see over the hedges and see what's behind them, and there's some beautiful little country houses and gardens out there. Or you can jump a taxi. So as we did the last time, I think, where did we go? Paynton. We went to Paynton a few weeks ago in Devon, and we got there. And I'd been to work on the morning till just after early afternoon. Then I got home, and then we jumped in the motorhome. Then we went Friday afternoon on the motorway. It took me 5.5 hours to get there, at which point I didn't really fancy picking everything back up again and going down the local pub for a meal, because everything on site was closed. So how do you do it? That weekend we spent around about £50. We was only there 2 days. We went Friday, we come back Sunday. And I think we spent almost somewhere around about £50 on taxis. So I've decided that is not going to happen again. Now, fortunately, I ride motorbikes. Myself, my partner, we really enjoy motorbikes. In fact, we almost enjoy our motorhome as much as we enjoy the motorbikes. So why not put a motorbike on the back of the motorhome? Now there's an option. All right, so here's our options. Can I carry it? Can I literally put it on a carrier on the back of the motorhome and carry it that way? Well, probably not, because of the weight of the vehicle against the towing weight of the motorhome. It will have a detrimental effect on the steering, so that's a no. So okay, we're going to have to put some sort of trailer on it. And again, as I will show you, let me unhook this, excuse my hands in front of the camera for a moment. As I will show you, let me get out of the camper van. Okay, so here we are outside of the motorhome, and as you can see, we don't have a tow bar. Now the one thing we do need to tow any sort of vehicle is a tow bar. So here lies another issue, because with motorhomes, this one included, the chassis ends just after the rear axle, around about here, which means we've got all of that area there with no chassis. So you can't just go along and buy a tow bar, because they don't make them. You have to have them made. Now, once again, I'm an engineer, I'm a mechanic. If I had the mind, I could acquire the equipment and I could make my own, I could make my own tow bar. But it is illegal now. We can't make our own anymore. So what I have to do, and I am more than happy to be honest, is tomorrow I am taking this vehicle to a company called Total. I will give you more information later on, when I know that everything is okay and they can actually do it. There's so many variants, then I don't want to be totally committed just yet. So at the moment, I've spoken to them. I'm dropping the vehicle off tomorrow. They are building it on Tuesday. They are going to design and build a bespoke tow bar for this vehicle. Okay. Once I've got that tow bar, then I can tow a motorbike. So now I'm going to tow it. First and foremost, how am I going to tow it? Am I going to use a motorbike trailer? Now that seems a logical explanation, but then again, in the Great Britain right now, we have no room, we have no space. I could store a trailer, but it would be a little bit vulnerable to the little scallywags out there who might want to take it away and sell it at the local pub. If you happen to live in an apartment block, in flats, or housing where you have nowhere at all to store a trailer, then we've got a problem. Yeah. So that is option number one. The option I am looking at is I actually have, and it's an old school rig, it's a towing rig where the front wheel of the motorbike sits into a frame that mounts onto the tow bar. So what happens there is the back wheel sits on the road, the front wheel is attached to your vehicle, so when you drive away, you're pulling the front end, the back end has got to go with it, correct? Yes, absolutely. Now the only problem with those is, in this country we haven't really got used to them, we haven't really tried them. And what happens when you go round a bend, the motorbike itself, it banks over. The bigger the motorbike, the more extreme the bank, and it scares the bejesus out of us. It scares us to death. That's our pride and joy. That's our motorbike, and we just haven't got comfortable with that. So I've done a fair amount of research, and in America, they use them for thousands of miles. So okay, we're missing a trick. So that is the first option I'm going to look at. Okay, I have that set up. I've had it for some time, purely for motorbike recovery. I've never used it, but you know what, I'm going to. So I'm going to try it out and see what happens there. So you can look forward to seeing that, see how we get on, and if anything crashes and burns, at least it's not yours, it's mine. Right? Okay, so that's that problem out of the way. Now the next problem is, what motorbike do I use? I've got an XV19 Stratoliner. That's a big bike. I'm not hanging that on the back of a anything. You know, I'm either riding it or leaving it where it is. It's a big bike. And I've also got a Triumph 955i Sprite, fully faired, with the boxes and the bags. Nice bike, love the bike. Am I going to hang that up? No, I'm not going to hang that off the back of my vehicle either, because it's a road-going sports bike. And to be honest, if I'm out in the countryside and I look up a hill and I can see a ruin or an old house or a waterfall that looks absolutely drop-dead gorgeous, I want to get to it. I don't want to climb, I don't want to walk. I want to push a button, fire up my bike, and it's going to take me. So this motorbike, it needs to carry myself and my partner, Fiona. It needs to take us uphill, down dale. A 125, it may do it, but you're going to be running out of steam, two up at 30-40 mile an hour, which puts you on the edge of not really safe motoring. So I need a motorbike that will pull us comfortably. We're not going to stress the bike. It would take us absolutely anywhere we want to go. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've been arguing on what bike to use for the last 2 years. And I accidentally came across these bikes watching a YouTube video. I didn't know they existed. I didn't know this version of that bike existed. And I looked at it and I looked at it and I sort of fell in love with it. It's the right weight, I think. We've done around about 300 and 400 mile on it. Definitely more than 300 because it's already had its first service. All right, so I bought a brand new vehicle off the shelf. It was pre-registered, so I got it cheaper because the registration number was a year old, but the bike is brand new. So when it turned up, it got 3.9 miles on the clock, that's them road testing it for the PDI. So I've got a brand new bike that will take two of us, I think, absolutely anywhere we want to go. But here we go. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm going to ask you, what bike would you choose? Question is, have I made the right choice? Yeah, I will give you the price later on. I'm not giving the price right now. So if you was to choose a bike, what would it be, and what's the retail price on it if you was to buy it new? Let's see how close I am to making the right decision, because we make decisions, they're not always the right decision. Personally, I think this one is. So let's find out. So in the comments, if you don't mind, in the comments, just drop me a suggestion of what bike you would have, and roughly how much you would expect to pay for it. All right? And if you can do that just before you subscribe, because when you subscribe, you're going to get the next videos. And I'm hoping, what I want to do is take this video all the way through to the end point where we actually go on a road trip. Okay? The tow bar build, unfortunately, I cannot video that because I will be at work while it's being made. So I'm dropping it off to the camper off tomorrow, and they're building it Tuesday. So tomorrow is Sunday. They're building it Tuesday. So by Wednesday, I should have my little motorhome back with the tow bar on, unless they turn around and say for any reason, oh, we couldn't do that. And that will put me back to square one. And I'm hoping not, because I've already bought the motorbike. All right, guys? So if you do that for me, do it for yourself. And let's see where we go on this, yeah? Don't forget, tell me what motorbike you would have had and how much you would expect to pay for it. And then when I reveal my bike to you, then you can let yourselves loose with your comments, and you can whip me, beat me, steal me credit cards, or you can actually say, well done, Ridge, I think that was a bloody good decision. But we will see. All right, guys, so stay safe until next time. Don't forget, it's a tricky world out there. For you campers out there, enjoy your camping. For you bikers out there, ride safe. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. Have fun. Bye for now.